absolute potential health and performance here today, and this video is for all you guys that are having trouble activating your core when doing your core exercises. So for those of you that want a bit of a review on how to properly activate your core, and trust me, it's not probably the exact way that you've been taught in the past, have a look at the video that I've linked in the description down below. Because you want to get that right before you even go into doing any types of core exercises. So for those of you that are trying to activate your core but just struggling to keep it on, in particular when doing any kind of exercise, that can be something like dead bugs, legs up in the air, trying to do heel lifts, those kind of things. There are a couple of things that you can do with regards to positioning that will help you get a little bit of a better core activation. So the first thing that we can do is we can use the 90-90 position, and for that you need a wall. You can use a chair, for example, to prop your legs up on. Basically in this position, what we're going to do is we're going to bring those fibers of our abdominal muscles slightly together. So basically, instead of being stretched out, we're going to help them to overlap slightly, which is what they need to do to get an activation. By doing so, it'll make it a little bit easier for us to feel those muscles and for us to engage them. So to do that, all you need is, like I said, pop yourself up, and the 90-90 position refers to 90 degrees at the knees and 90 degrees at the hips. So you just want to set yourself up roughly to this position. Okay, so you've got nice right angles. From here you can see I've gone into a little bit more of a posterior tilt. Flatter lumbar spine, engaging in through here. It's a little bit easier for me to bring my ribs and my hips closer together. Okay, and remembering we're thinking of the core being big muscle that kind of helps to bring the ribs down to the hips, and these are the muscles that we're trying to engage. From this position, you'll find that it's usually a lot easier for you to engage. So the inhale to let everything relax, and that exhale to let everything contract. Because we're already in a position where those muscles are slightly shortened, it can be a lot easier to keep them engaged. And from here, you can do things like your heel lifts, for example, or just work on keeping that activation on while you breathe in and out against that abdominal contraction. So that's one method. Another way is and this is for people that find that they have slightly more of that forward neck position. You're the guys that tend to lie on your back on the floor and the head's really coming back like this. We're looking at then trying to increase that activation or trying to shorten those abs from a top-down approach slightly. So what we want to do is we want to bring the head up into a little bit more of a neutral or even a little bit more of a flex position to help us engage through that anterior chain. We can do that two ways. If you've just got a mild forward head, just using your eyes to look down between your knees can be really helpful. If we use our eyes to engage, that helps us to engage that whole anterior chain, which helps to activate those muscles down through the front a little bit more, okay? If you've got a more significant forward head, you'll benefit from either a folded up towel. You can see that brings my head into a little bit more of a neutral position. It's a little bit easier for me now to chin tuck and look down, and it'll be a bit easier for me to engage. If you have a severe forward head, you might even need something like a yoga block, perhaps. Something like that. Like I said, this can either bring you in neutral, or like I said, it puts you into a little bit of extra flexion in the neck, so that forward bending, which helps us to, again, engage the core muscles that little bit better, because we're overall in a little bit more of a flex position. And from here, you can then go on and do, your exercises, whatever that be, if you can handle a tabletop, or whether that's just moving your legs in and out or side to side. What you want to be focusing on is, can you keep those core muscles engaged? Keep breathing throughout, feel those muscles, how they're contracting, and that way you'll get the most out of any core exercises you're going to do. So try those things to see if that helps you engage your core muscles. Like I said, the 90-90 position, using your eyes, looking down, or using something behind your head to bring you into a little bit more flexion, so you get, again, that better activation all through the anterior part of your chain. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, all my links and infos you can find in the description below as well.